The Axeman of New Orleans, a killer in the shadows. In the heart of New Orleans, where jazz and revelry filled the air, a sinister figure cast a shadow over the city. Between 1918 and 1919, the Axeman of New Orleans claimed at least 6 lives, terrifying a community and leaving behind a mystery that remains unsolved to this day. It began on May 23, 1918, when Joseph and Catherine Maggio, Italian grocers, were found brutally murdered in their home. The killer had used an axe to attack them while they slept, leaving no witnesses and few clues. A razor was also found at the scene, adding to the horror of the crime. The axeman left behind his weapon, a hallmark of his crimes, but no clear motive. The attack was as brutal as it was senseless, sending shockwaves through the city. Over the next year, the axeman targeted more families, primarily Italian grocers and their households. He struck in the dead of night, breaking into homes and attacking victims with their own tools, often axes found on the property. With no fingerprints, no witnesses, and no clear motive, police struggled to track down the killer. Rumors swirled of mafia connections, personal vendettas, or even a supernatural being stalking the city. "I am not a human being, but a spirit and a demon from the hottest hell. I'm very fond of jazz music, and I swear by all the devils that I will spare those in whose homes a jazz band is playing." The Axeman. The letter, published in newspapers, created a bizarre frenzy. On the night the Axeman promised to kill again, homes and clubs across the city played jazz music, hoping to appease the killer. That night, no murders were reported. The Axeman's reign of terror brought widespread fear. People locked their doors, slept in shifts, and kept weapons nearby. Some even moved out of the city, fearing they could be next. Despite their efforts, the police had no solid leads. The randomness of the attacks made it nearly impossible to predict where the Axeman would strike next. In October 1919, the Axeman struck for the last time, claiming the life of Mike Pepitone. After that, the killings stopped as suddenly as they began. The Axeman disappeared into the shadows, leaving no trace behind. Though police pursued various suspects, no one was ever arrested or charged for the murders. The identity of the Axeman remains one of the most chilling mysteries in American history. Who was the Axeman? Some believe he was a deranged serial killer targeting the Italian community. Others think he may have been connected to organized crime. And then there are those who argue he was a drifter who vanished before he could be caught. The Axeman's story has become part of New Orleans folklore, a chilling reminder of the city's darker past. To this day, his tale inspires books, films, and urban legends. Was the Axeman a man or a monster? We may never know, but his crimes serve as a stark reminder. Even in the most vibrant cities, darkness can